The following copy was written as a joke back in 1944 by John Hellens Quick to poke fun at very complex technical manuals. The first film of it was made in 1949 and can be found on YouTube. Having worked on technical films and videos all my life, this copy actually sounds similar to some of those projects I worked on and where I had no idea of what was being said. Professional voice actors have used this wonderful technical babble piece for demo purposes, and here is my version. For fun, turn off the sound and see if you can read this. For a number of years now, work has been proceeding in order to bring perfection to the crudely conceived idea of a machine that would work to not only supply inverse reactive current for use in unilateral phase detectors, but would also be capable of automatically synchronizing cardinal gram meters. Such a machine is the Turbo-Encabulator. Basically, the only new principle involved is that instead of power being generated by the relaxive motion of conductors and fluxes, it is produced by the modal interaction of magnetoreluctance and capacitive directance. The original machine had a base plate of prefabulated amylite surrounded by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings were in direct line with the pentrametric fan. The latter consisted simply of 6 hydrocoptic Marsal vanes so fitted to the ambifascient lunar vane shaft that side fumbling was effectively prevented. The main winding was of the normal Lotus Odelt type, placed in panendermic semi-bolide slots in the stator, every 7th conductor being connected by a non-reversible tremie pipe to the differential girdle spring on the up end of the gram meter. 41 monastically placed grouting brushes were arranged to feed into the rotor slipstream a mixture of high S-value phenylhydrobenzamine and 5% reminative tetraiodohexamine. Both these liquids have specific pericosities given by P equals 2.4 Cn, where N is the diathesial evolute of retrograde temperature phase disposition, and C is the Cholmondeleyn's annual grillage coefficient. Initially, N was measured with the aid of a metapolar pilfrometer, but up to the present date nothing has been found to equal the transcendental Hopper datascope. Electrical engineers will appreciate the difficulty of nubbing together a regurgitative Purwell in a super-amminative Winnel sprocket. Indeed, this proved to be a stumbling block to further development until, in 1943, it was found that the use of anhydrous nagling pins enabled a cryptonastic boiling shim to be tankered. The early attempts to construct a sufficiently robust spiral decommutator failed largely because of the lack of appreciation of the large quasi-pietic stresses in the gremlin studs. The latter were specifically designed to hold the row-fit bars to the span shaft. When, however, it was discovered that wending could be prevented by the simple addition of teeth to socket, almost perfect running was secured. The operating point is maintained as near as possible to the HF rem peak by constantly fromaging the bituminous spandrels. This is a distinct advance on the standard Neville sheave in that no Dramoc oil is required after the phase detractors have remissed. Undoubtedly, the Turbo-Encabulator has now reached a high level of technical development. It has successfully been used in operating no-for-tronions. In addition, whenever a Bearson score motion is required, it may be employed in conjunction with a drawn reciprocating dingle arm to reduce sinusoidal depleneration.